qualifying for the season finale will work a hell of a lot differently than the typical round. There will only be one heat race composed of 16 drivers. 20 drivers are locked in. The drivers who are locked in are either first place on their respective two-car teams, or if they're on a single car team, they're in the top 18 in points. All other drivers must race their way in. 10 out of the 16 will make it in, the top 10 of course, and after that we will have time trials to decide who starts on pole and such. Starting first in the heat race would be Johnny Finguy. Richard Trelinsky on his outside did not get a good start. Finguy clears him off into one. Michael Caine slips into second. Carlin Dumi trying to get third as we go down the back straightaway. Very short straightaways on this course. Most of the time you're spent turning pretty hard left. 50 laps is the race distance. As you see, Nicholson, who is running fourth, gets nearly put in a three-wide situation there with Richard Trelinsky and Spencer Fullerton. Fullerton still diving up the inside, gets a great run off the corner. Fullerton looks like he's probably going to get the spot. Nicholson though got a good run through that corner, nearly clears him. Great battle here for around fourth place as the top three begin to pull away due to this. Trelinsky losing spots in a hurry. Alex Allen going by for seventh at this point, as Thaber and Mark Nutt currently occupy, I believe, the last remaining spots for the grid, as Duncan, Chris Washer, and Pichu London all fight to try and get their way inside the top 10. As we approach halfway, Finguy is setting a very quick pace, blistering pace in fact. Michael Caine and Carlin Dumian trying their best to just stay with him, as he is actually coming up to, I believe, lap some of our back markers. Mark Nutt battles Tyler Thaber for 9th position. Mark Nutt does not want to be in that position when if Pichu London manages to get up there, but what he has done is actually drawn Pichu London and the others closer to this pair, so that both of them will now have to battle for their spots. As Thaber relinquishes into 10th position, London still sitting there in the catbird seat trying to make his way in. Big dive into the corner by London as we come up on the final 15 laps or so. London still stalking there on the left rear quarter panel, up to his side. Now they're dead even as we come to the stripe. London fell back a little bit there. Thaber got a good run off the corner. Pichu London will clear Thaber through that corner. Finguy coming down the back straightaway. He is led from flag to flag. Michael Caine beginning to close in now. It's too little too late. Johnny Finguy wins the last heat race of the season. Michael Caine a close second. Carlin Dumian finishes third. Spencer Fullerton with a great run for once gets into the feature with a fourth place finish, and Nicholson rounds up the top five. Meanwhile, Thaber, Duncan, Ty Dent, Scott Batista, Matthew Stringer, and Chris Washer will not make the feature. Their season is over. After time trials, we have our starting lineup for today's finale. Johnny Finguy and Alex Tanker on the last row. Finguy, not a good qualifying effort after winning the heat race. Paul Swanson and Sawyer Girl starting row 14. Jacob Young and Skylar Dixon, a couple of winning drivers this season, starting row 13. Mark Nutt and Johnny Appleseed have each won a feature this race, starting row 12. Terrence Day and James O'Shea, I believe they both won heat races, 2 for James and 3 for Terrence Day, starting row 11. Carlin Dumian and Luca Obrovak starting row 10. Luca, one of our 3 championship contenders. He's got a good shot at it today, just 5 points behind the points leader. Ophelia Andumian and Andreas Allen are in row 9. Ophelia won a heat race, Andreas has won a feature. Ilya Bonarenko and Pichu London, row 7. A couple of mediocre drivers, well, at least so far this season. Ilya's won 4 features in the past. Pichu London, just 1 heat race. Jeffrey Finguy and Damir Bezhianov round out row 7. Finguy had a chance for the championship up until his crash at Watkins Glen. Damir Bezhianov with slim chances, going to need to finish on the podium to even have a shot. Kyle Sosnowski, our points leader coming into this race, is starting row 6 along with Michael Kane, a driver notable for causing accidents. Not exactly Kyle Sosnowski's best ally, I'm sure, on the inside. William Nicholson and Mike Doan are in row 5 for today's race. Neither have done a heck of a lot in their rookie campaigns other than Nicholson's win at Road America. Spencer Fullerton and Matthew Nicholson, a couple of drivers who raced their way in via the heat race, are starting row 4. Alex Allen and TJ Dent starting row 3. Alex Allen with a very mediocre season. TJ Dent had a chance up until his poor finish last week. Dakota Honecker and Gerald Reddington in row 2. Dakota has won a heat race at a short track earlier in the season. Gerald Reddington won a feature at a road course, but doesn't really apply to today's track type. Richard Trelinsky starting outside pole in the 71 car. Knows how to win these things. Won 3 races last season, 1 feature so far this year, and Luke Walker will be starting on pole. This is, I believe, his 3rd pole of the season. He really knows how to get it done, whether it be heats or time trials, and he's won a couple of features in his career.